The Biden campaign and your office let us know that you would be available before this news broke. Maybe a little birdie clue that you knew earlier. When did you learn about this? What did Joe Biden say to you that you're willing to share? And what did it make you think about your other colleague, Senator Kamala Harris?
Well, first of all, I know Kamala. She and I have been in the trenches together. She and I, look, she's more than a friend. She's my sister. And even when we were running against each other, I'd always joke with the press that, there could be sibling rivalry, but don't get it wrong. We're family. And so I'm of two minds of this on a very deep personal level. I know her, and I know there's a lot of conversations about the historic nature, and I'm excited about that. But I just want you to know that she is a monumentally qualified human being to do this job. And from a personal level, I will affirm that. The other mind is the historic mind. I mean, this is a woman that every step of her career, I mean, how many Howard graduates do you know that this country ever saw their value and saw their greatness in the way that this moment is a real breakthrough? Because those of us who know Howard and a lot of other HBCUs, they're just as impressive as Stanford, Oxford, Yale, Harvard's, et cetera. And so she had to forge a path where folk like her were never let to the table. She had to fight her way every step of her career. She made a way. And I'm just so proud. My ancestors are rejoicing tonight upon in heaven. And there is a huge sigh of relief. I wish I could just read you the text messages that I've got from folk from all different backgrounds. I live up here in Newark, and it was like people ready to party in my city. So
Corey,
this is a great
Senator Booker. This is the beat. We do it different. I'll give you a chance. Open the phone. Give us one of them. I'd love to hear your reporting. What are you hearing? And let me ask you this, Senator.
I've got literally, first of all, the amount of emojis I have, some of them I can't quite explain.
I was going to say, you can't read emojis.
Yeah. So I'm just going to tell you right now, people are hyped. And
are you hearing, Senator, are you hearing from people who aren't traditionally involved in the day-to-day political news the way some of us might be?
Yeah, that's what's got me most like sitting up and noticing is folks I haven't gotten texts from in a long time. I've had a couple people FaceTime me in tears, being so happy about this. Folks who never thought they would see on a ticket someone who looked like them, that they feel seen, they feel valued. They feel like finally someone is recognizing the truth that we know in this country. I live in a neighborhood where Black women have been carrying this neighborhood on their shoulders and so much of our country. So, I'm going to get a little emotional probably later tonight at the end before I go to bed when I'm saying my prayers. I might have to cry some happy tears or do a happy dance. But I want to try to fully communicate to your audience how powerful this is for so many Americans, how penetratingly powerful. It's like this great movie, Waiting to Exhale. There's a whole bunch of people saying, phew, finally, it's about time. And then that's coupled for me as a guy that just has worked with her, not just she and I were partners in the George Floyd Policing Act. She and I were partners on the anti-lynching legislation, partners on criminal justice. But I know the nerdiness of Kamala Harris. You're talking about mass transit bills, infrastructure bills. She has this gift in politics that is such a valuable from A-list people, and I've seen them at all levels of politics, that you could stand up and get a crowd on their feet, tens of thousands of people. You have the poetry and the poise and the charisma. But then she also has the ability to get into the room when no cameras are there, where the sausage making is getting it done, to dot the I's, cross the T's, and get something across the finish line that actually makes a difference for folk in our communities. That is a powerful balance. And for Joe Biden to have that as his wing woman, I mean, I'm telling you right now, this duo in the White House is not just, forget beating Donald Trump. That's critical. It's essential. But for me, it's necessary but not sufficient, because I want us to go. Beating Donald Trump gets us out of a valley. It does not get us to the mountaintop.
Right.
But Biden, Harris, they can help us get to the mountaintop.
Juanita, you were snapping during the senator's remarks.
I mean, he said waiting to exhale. It hits home for me, right? This is a massive opportunity, considering that we're nearing the centennial of the suffrage movement, and the fact that Black women were omitted from that entire movement. To have this crowning moment, I said at the beginning, she has arrived finally, because we've been waiting for this. I think my other panelist colleagues have already said Black women have been the crux and the delivering base of the Democratic Party since earning the right to vote. And so I really just appreciate Senator Booker for raising that. But I also appreciate Senator Booker for being a man singing the praises of a woman in a high-powered leadership position, because while we know women voters will decide this election and have an outsized voice here, it is rare that we have men singing women's praises so publicly. So thank you, Senator Booker, for that. And call your friends, man. Get them out there, too. We need more men to be out front for women and women of color.
Well, and let me take that to Danielle and then back to the senator, because Danielle, the senator, was quoting some of the texts he's getting. He says from people who might not be in this day in and day out. We're just getting this news. It's just spreading across the country. It means something to people. And it sounded to me like the senator quoted something similar to what you said at the top of the show, feeling seen.
Well, exactly. Like when I was a little girl growing up in St. Louis, Missouri, I used to color all the people in my coloring books white, because I thought that's what I was supposed to do. The person on the cover was white, so therefore everyone else was supposed to be white as well. This goes beyond just representation. This is where you feel validated. This is where you feel like your views are being honored. It's where you feel like you're being finally respected in the case of this pick, because it's historic and on so many different levels. She's the first Black woman, the first South Asian woman. She's the first AKA, from that sorority. She's the first grad from Howard University, from HBCU. It's something for Jamaicans to be proud of, Indian Americans, Californians. Like, she covers all the bases. So many people are being seen in this valuable pick. And I would hope that because of this, you won't have another little girl who would grow up like me thinking that white is the default, that's the standard, that's what you're supposed to aspire to be. Now you can look and see her, and Harris can be who you can aspire to be.
Senator?
Well, two things. One is, that's the power of Kamala Harris, is whatever your path is, she is approachable by people from all backgrounds, all experiences. The array of things she just said speak to so many different American experiences. And she has this power and gravity to her that make even this son of a Delta, I'm sorry to say that to you, get all excited, not an AKA son.
Don't feel bad, I'm a Zeta, so.
Okay. But I'm telling you right now, that's a great thing. And this is the thing I keep wanting to drive home with folk. I think it was a great poem called Mother to Son by Langston Hughes, which the refrain is, life ain't been no crystal stair. This woman has ascended now to the highest political ticket possible, and she did not come here on an easy pathway.
No,
she has had to make it up the rough side of the mountain in ways that no one has ever been able to climb. And so you want to talk about tough? You want to talk about somebody that knows how to get it done? Nobody laid down any pavement for her. She had to cross some tough terrain to even get to the United States Senate. So again, people are going to underestimate her grit and her toughness, but I know what Biden's got in an ally and a wing woman, and I'm very excited.
Senator, I see you out here with these Langston Hughes bars.
The greatest rappers were far before Rapper's Delight, my brother, far before Rapper's Delight.
The poetry runs in and out of history. Well, as we think about this, because the senator you've brought Public Enemy, you've brought other things to this forum before. As you think about the road ahead and the point you made about the grit it takes and what this election is going to look like, and I don't think anyone's naive about that, I'm more reminded of Rihanna, Ain't None of This Promised.
Well, I'm going to give you my final, I'm going to drop my final, I'm going to do what I've done before on you, is just lay a rap on you. And this is by one of the greatest lyricists of all time, another great Black woman. Her name was Maya Angelou. And I'm going to say this in honor of Kamala, who is already being attacked by Donald Trump. You may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. Donald Trump, you may try to trot her down in the very dirt, but still, like dust, I rise. And she will rise, and she will lift us up. We will rise together, taking back the White House, and then the real work starts of getting this country to the mountaintop and eventually, God willing, to the promised land.
A fitting point, and I know you have to go, and I appreciate you making the time. Senator Cory Booker, I also want to thank Juanita Tolliver and Danielle Belton for kicking off our special coverage. Aaron, stay with me. We have a lot to get to on the aspects of this. Thanks to each of you. Hey, I'm Ari Melber from MSNBC. You can see more of our videos right here, or better yet, subscribe to our YouTube channel below. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us, and we appreciate that.